It seems the honeymoon phase is over. LeVeon Bell is expected to part ways with the New York Jets.
Jets, 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 Jets!
Welcome to Jets Talk. My name's Ryan. I'll be your pilot today. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you've been here before, welcome back. I love having you here. Guys, I had this nice little animation picked out. Hit the bell icon, and it seems like I'm only going to be able to use it for this one season. That's a little disappointing considering I was so 100% on board with this LeVeon Bell signing. And if you don't know, there's reports out. Tony Pauline came out and said during the East-West Shrine game that the expectation is for LeVeon Bell and the New York Jets to split ways. It seems like it's a mutual decision. And based on what I've seen over the course of this past year, I think it kind of makes sense. I love LeVeon Bell. I think he is a great teammate. He was an absolute, rock star of a personality that we had in our locker room this year. And I think he really showed all the right assets that you want in a player. He didn't come off like, money hungry and, kind of, not that he was a bad locker room guy in Pittsburgh, but, he sort of got a bad rap for sitting out that year. He really did everything perfect with the New York Jets. It just sucks because he went from having the number one rated offensive line with the Steelers to what we had last year with the Jets. And this offensive line is so bad. This was the third time in the 100-year history of the NFL that a offensive line has allowed 50-plus sacks and less than 3.5 yards a carry. So obviously we are not getting the money that we invested into LeVeon Bell out of it. He's not getting the productivity that he was expecting out of it because he expects greatness. And, he's been an absolutely Hall of Fame trajectory style running back through his whole career. So it's frustrating to see this kind of happen. There's a few things that we could do. Obviously, it says that the relationship is not fully spoiled or whatever. It's not, it's not poisonous or anything like that. So the Jets could keep him. As far as his salary goes for this year, he's due $15.5 million. If the Jets were to cut him, the Jets would actually be hit with a $19 cap penalty. So more than likely, the Jets will not cut him. He's either going to stay on the team and they're going to figure this out, or they're going to trade him, which is obviously the more likely route that I think they'll go. If a team trades for him, it would save the Jets $9.5 million, and we would just have to eat the remaining $6 million of his signing bonus because there was an $8 million signing bonus and $2 million got allocated per year. So 3 years left. The team that trades for LeVeon Bell would have cap hits of $13.5 million, $11.5 million, and $13.0 million for the next 3 years. So this is something that I think some teams might be interested in this, but I think more than likely what's going to happen is the Jets are going to have to eat some portion of this contract to get a decent draft pick back. And I'm hoping we can get a third. This hurts. I really like LeVeon Bell. And for me, I'm okay with it because Adam Gase didn't really seem like he wanted him. We heard all those reports early on. And then you get to hear about how Adam Gase is running the ball right up the middle against the Bengals defense when the weakness is on the outside. So we just couldn't really figure out how to get LeVeon Bell going. And I don't know if it's a combination of our offensive line being terrible or Bell's running style, because Le'Veon Bell averaged less yards per carry than Bilal Powell. So, Bilal Powell, I don't consider to be a better back than Le'Veon Bell, but their running styles are totally different, where Le'Veon Bell would kind of shuffle behind the line of scrimmage. Our offensive line clearly is not made for that. Bilal Powell, on the other hand, would knife right up the middle and would be able to get a few extra yards. So realistically, we could get more yardage out of our offensive line with a much cheaper running back. I think we could potentially draft one in the later rounds this year. And it kind of sucks because obviously we were going to go into this offseason and heavily rebuild the offensive line. And I would love to see Le'Veon Bell, behind a good offensive line in a Jet uniform. Unfortunately, I think with, Adam Gase clearly not really wanting Le'Veon Bell obviously feeling probably a little sour. I didn't like the press conference with Gase at the end of the year when he said, "Oh, do you want Le'Veon Bell on this team next year?" He's like, "Oh, you should ask Joe Douglas that. That's, I'm not in charge of player personnel." So that's not a good look in terms of what you want your head coach saying about your star running back right there. Guys, let me know what you think of everything down below. Where do you think Le'Veon Bell could be traded to? What do you think we could get in return? Let me know down in the comments below. And as always, go Jets.